Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it is finally that time. I know all of y'all have been wanting for this, so it's a buy now before rare video. This is number 4. I guess this is going to be a series, and yes, I will try to make these like once a month or so, maybe two, depending upon how much all I have going on and how often I can swing it and everything. But so I just got some games here for you that I went and researched, and they were in my library for I don't know, some of these actually. I think one of them I just picked up recently, and the other two were just kind of newer releases that already look like there's just something weird kind of going on, and that I was just looking at, and just looks like they might just be worth your look to be able to, if they interest you, something just to be on the lookout for. So before we get right into the video, thank you to everyone, all the new subscribers and old ones. And I know I say this every single time, but thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for all the views, all just everything. It I can't express anything other than thanks. It's much more than I thought that it would actually even be at this point in time. And I feel motivated, like I want to keep on going, keep on growing, get even just 1 or 2 subscribers every single day. That would be like immensely, like, I would be just, I don't know, I would just be blessed at that point. And this is all thanks to all of y'all. Not This is not throwing anything like tooting my own horn or anything else. This is all y'all. And every single channel that has anyone for a content creator out there, I hope they all know that everything that they do is all because of you. And if they don't say it, I'll say it for them. Thank you. And so, with that all out of the way, we're going to get right into the video. First game that we have here is it's actually it's not rare right now, but it's getting there. It's really hard to find. You can't find it retail. I happened to actually just find it at my local game store, and I was like, okay, I got to get this because I this is the first time I've ever seen this. I've heard people talk about it, um, in just other videos that I've seen. Just when people were saying, okay, this is something that they thought was going to be rare, that and not even for so much as that, they were just talking about just how weird it is for this game. And so we have Jump Force Deluxe Edition. And I tried to look at the exact sales numbers just to see if it was like a really popular game, why everyone, because I've heard other people talking about it. Not that it was rare, but just that it was a great game, just hard to find, and the I can't explain how all the different videos that I've seen people putting in, and they've just been talking about this game. So, and it's unknown, like exactly what the numbers were for the Switch, because it was out for other platforms, I believe, but it said across the board sold 5 million units for all platforms. I mean, that's a pretty good game. I mean, not by like a lot of today's standards. When you sit there, you go out there and you're talking about, oh, Mario Kart sold 80 million units. I mean, yeah, 5 million is a kind of a paltry number compared to that. But I want to know, why is this game special? Well, it's special because you can't get it anymore on the eShop. It's been discontinued and delisted from all digital stores. And That happened in, oh, I can't remember what year it was. I want to say it happened in 2022. So if you actually want to play this game anymore, the only way that you can actually play it is through the physical version. And if you're purchasing now, and like I said, you can't buy it at retail, so you're gonna have to buy it used, more than likely out there, like on eBay or one of these other sites. And the Switch version, in particular, is why it's so special. Is because it actually is considered to be the most complete version of this game, because it actually includes the DLC on the cartridge. So for all like extra characters and everything, it's right there on the cartridge for you to play. It doesn't require you to be connected to the internet or anything else like this. And this is actually just like a fighting game, but it's got a whole bunch of other different characters from all the different genres from anime. And so I'm a big anime fan, and I like some fighting games. Like I like Smash Brothers, and so it's kind of like that style game, but with anime characters. And the scarcity for you to find like the physical version, and since it has the DLC, it's already more sought after by a lot of people. That's why it's kind of hard to find. And I just feel that it's just going to get stronger. People are just going to want this more and more as time goes by. If people want to play the game, but they can't. And so used copies, if you want to try to buy it online or so, it looks like they run around $50. If you're looking new, you're looking at like $100 already. And that's just going to end up getting higher and higher. And I even saw a listing on Amazon for this game for $200. I was like, and that was actually a lot more than I was expecting for this. I mean, for a jump from $50 all the way up to 200. But $50 doesn't sound like all that bad. I mean, that's a little bit cheaper than what brand new retail games are for. So I just kind of feel that if you can find this out anywhere, you can find a good deal on it. It might be something for you to look at if that's kind of what you're into, just to try to add to your collection, and that later on down the road, it might go up in price. And now I'm not, and now any of this stuff is all pure speculation. I'm not telling you to go out, you have to buy this like right now, this day. Stop watching this video, go and buy it or anything. I'm not giving financial advice to anyone. And like I said, this is pure speculation, something that might happen in the future. Now, when that might happen, I don't know. Even if it will ever happen. So before, because I get a comment about that on every single one of these videos, people talking about that. It's just pure speculation, just having fun with this. That's all we can do. None of us have magic crystal balls to know the future, knows what game's going to be expensive. So, next one that we actually have, it's kind of along the same vein a little bit, but you have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Yes, this is still in the wrapper because the copy that I've actually played before with my kids was a friend's, so I had to buy it for myself. We just haven't, since I've gotten it, we just haven't played it or had time to be able to play it. We've been playing a lot of other different games, mainly Mario Kart World. But and yes, the power up with the cats daughters are all about that. So, but this game sold 13.47 million copies. It's one of the best-selling games on the console. So it was like, well, why would you put that on here if it's such a great game and it's so plentiful? Well, because for one, it was an amazing platformer back in 2021, and the physical version of Bowser's Fury that's here on the cartridge, it's going to be looked at more in the future because it's received a free update for the Nintendo Switch 2 to improve the playability for it. And while this isn't rare now, I just feel that it's going to be more so looked at in the future for it. Because you can have, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was a 3D Mario World without the Bowser's Fury. So just having the extra little bit of the game for Bowser's Fury here on the cartridge is people are going to want that, and you can get it now fairly cheap. It's like $30 to $40, or if you want it new, $40 to $45. And just as we get further and further into the Switch life cycle, Mario games are actually going to on the Switch are going to be kind of looked at with that backwards compatibility. And so it's going to ramp up because whenever a new console comes out, it always seems that the Mario games, like for the previous, I don't want to say generation, but for the previous console, they just kind of start getting bought up, and collectors kind of want to be able to start getting them more and more. And as the stock dwindles, that pricing is going to go up. So it's like right now, it's not that bad. So it might be worth a look. Next game that we have right here. I know people have already heard me talk about this, and I am playing it right now. Trails in the Sky, the first chapter. I would recommend you just to get this game just because it's, so far from what I've played, it's an amazing game. I am definitely a fan. Going to be doing a review for it here not too long, as soon as I get further along inside the game. But and I know you're thinking to yourself, well, didn't this game just come out? How could it be rare? Well, this game has already gotten such great critic scores because for it being so good, and it's already been confirmed that Trails in the Sky, the second chapter, I don't know if they've confirmed that they're already making it, but it has been confirmed that it will be coming out on the Switch or the Switch 2. I don't know if they specified which one or if it's going to be on both. But once that comes out, that means all you're missing is Trails in the Sky, the third chapter, and then I believe it's Trails Through Cold Steel 1 and 2. So those three games, and you would have the entire Trails series all on one console for the Switch. And that would be an amazing thing, an amazing feat. And I'm speculating here. I can't remember what the date today is. Today's the 17th of October, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I believe they will do all the rest of those games. So the entire Trail series will be on the Switch. And that's just going to be amazing. And so this latest series, for it being so good, is bringing in a lot of extra fans into the series. But it's not to the point where it's like a booming thing. It's still somewhat kind of niche where there's more fans, but it's not monumental numbers. And I feel that as more and more praise gets heaped onto this game, as more people play it, you get more fans. There's just word of mouth for this, and especially if we get those other entries into the series, people are going to want to get this. And if they really want to get into the series, where else than the first chapter, which is the definitive beginning of the series? And also, the fact that the Switch 2 version has an upgrade for just $1, that's going to make it even more of an appeal. So, but while I was saying to get it now before rare, it might go on sale somewhat down the future, maybe a Black Friday sale, something for you to find it out a little bit cheaper. But I'm just saying that this is not a game that I would probably be wanting to wait. Like, oh, well, maybe I'll get it like next year. 2 years down the line or anything, because there's just going to be that one point at which you're like, oh, I'm just going to hold off for it just to go down a little bit more. And then once it reaches that tipping point, the price is going to start going up. So just to let y'all know about that. Next game we have right here, Nickelodeon Allstar Brawl 2. Now, why do I think this is? It's actually a very weird one because how it was released on all the other platforms. But when it released, initially on the Switch, it was just a code in the box. Only for the Switch. Everything else got a free, or not free, but they got a true physical release. Except for this one. But then it was like a couple of months later, they actually gave it a true physical release. But I was looking at this to try to buy it, the vast majority of what I saw out there to buy were the code and boxes. Even when it looked like wasn't, I read in the description saying that it was a code and box. So just I don't know why it would do that. The price charting of it has it holding steady for a while now, between $40 and $50. And it didn't get all that strong for sales numbers. But and it actually even got kind of poor reviews for the Switch on how it played. People just didn't like it. They just guess the performance compared to the other platforms. So all that with the poor reviews, poor sales, there's just not that many out there physically. The code and boxes seem to be plentiful. But I just feel the price is going to be increasing for these Nickelodeon games. Because it's like right now, you're going to be getting like the nostalgia factor. Because most of these characters on here for this game, I remember watching the cartoons. And actually, the only reason I got that for there is because it has the Angry Beavers as the playable characters, which my wife really loves. So, yeah, these are going to just I feel the stock's going to keep dwindling, and that price is going to jump up a little bit. Last one we have. No, it actually isn't the last one. I remember I added in the last one, or another one at the very tail end. So we have Balan Wonderworld. And when I saw this at the game store, I didn't know anything about it at all. I just glanced through the title, saw it, and I saw Square Enix on it. I was like, Square Enix? I know them from doing RPGs. Is this an RPG? So I looked at it in the back. No, this is definitely not an RPG. And it was in like the $5 discount area. So I'm like, why is this here? So I decided just to buy it, take a chance on it. $5 isn't all that bad. So I've played it. It's a 3D platformer, and it's not a bad game, but it's not a good game either. It's just kind of like in the middle. The controls are very. I don't know how to explain it. You have to play it to think. The fact that there's no run bothers me because it feels like you should be able to move faster to be able to do for the physics for your jumps, and the fact that it's not there. Nah, I couldn't take it. Music was great. The opening sequence for the movie, that was spectacular. I mean, those graphics for that video looked like on par with what just came out for Pokemon ZA. And so that was actually really surprising for me. But there wasn't anything there to grab me to make me want to keep playing for it. And so I started looking at the reviews for it, and yeah, it wasn't just me. This was actually put in there for worst games category on the Switch for how it performed and just how people just really didn't like it. But so the fact that it is such a bad game, and you're not going to find it anywhere else other than like maybe eBay, maybe on your someone wants to get rid of it at your local game store, and so you should pick it up pretty cheap right now. So I just feel that these bad games that didn't sell many copies, that they're just going to they're going to become rare. I mean, even if it's a bad game, they still become rare eventually over time. So, and right now, get it while it's cheap. That's all I'm just going to put out there for the game. Maybe you can, if you get this game and you play it, maybe you'll like it. I'm just giving my opinions on it. The last one that we have is, I just picked this one up. Wife's enjoying it and everything. We have Date Everything. And you're like, well, why is that on here? Well, because I went and looked it up after the last video because I couldn't remember how much I paid for it when I got it. I knew it was like either $30 to $35. So I was like, well, I just wanted to see how much it was going for. Well, I saw it like at Walmart and like Best Buy and another place for $35. But then I saw eBay listings. And I looked at all the eBay listings and they were all like $40, $45, $50. I was like, why is this? So I just started looking at it, and just it seems like all these prices for people trying to go through and sell it on eBay. So I was like, maybe just the physical copies are already just kind of getting harder to come by, and so people are wanting to sell them on eBay, or maybe it's just the eBay greed getting to people. So that just kind of struck me as very odd. So I was like, well, if people are already going to start trying to take advantage of other people like that, why just to let y'all know, okay, just go ahead. If this is something you want, like a visual novel style dating simulator game, go ahead and get this for $35. If you want to take a chance and wait on a sale when they'll probably go down maybe like $30, $25. I don't know what kind of sales people might get in on, but just to let y'all know, I mean, that was just something I noticed like right away. And this is an anecdote. And I can't remember which video it was, in which I was actually talking about the Hyrule Warriors games. And at the time, I had said that you could buy them new for roughly $50. Well, it was shortly after that, a friend of mine was actually in a GameStop, and he saw both games there, and he took a picture of them, and they were used, and it was saying used for $55. So the price might already be increasing. So I don't know if it was just our local GameStop or if it's something worldwide. I actually didn't think to look at the price charting until now. So I might go after this video, go and look it up and see if it actually is already increasing. But I realized y'all could do that too. So just a little bit of anecdote there. So I know you'll like these Buy Now Before Rare videos. This is my most watched ones. If you like this one, you're still here. Check out the others in the playlist. Or actually, it's not a playlist. In the series. Check out some of the other videos I have on the channel. You might find something you like. And if you're someone new, please hit that subscribe button. Keep me growing. I hope you all like this video, and I'll see you all next time.